What's good with it, Black Goose TV family? As always, double salute. Your boy Fluence Boxing is in the building. I got some Fluence Boxing for y'all. Not just Fluence Boxing. I got a reaction video from my family members. We got Canelo Alvarez. We got the open media workout for the upcoming Triple G fight. Now, this is not going to be the official open media workout. This is more like the don't forget, Canelo versus Triple G is happening. We basically had the same thing happen with Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where Luis Ortiz had an open workout, but it was like more so of a media workout. With like, hey, don't forget Luis Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz is happening. Oh, and by the way, Deontay Wilder came in. He wanted to see Luis Ortiz fight. So it's the same thing when it comes to this particular Canelo open media workout. It's not the official one. We're obviously going to have the official one when it comes closer to the actual fight date. This is something just to let the people know, like, don't forget Canelo versus Triple G is coming, and it's coming soon. And I'm very happy for that because it's interesting. Boxing, like the competitive nature, good for us boxing heads and us boxing fans. Like, I always look at life very interesting. I always look at time very interesting. Before I even started this, I was talking some crazy shit to myself. So y'all don't even know what type of, what I'm saying, capacity I'm on when it comes to how I think and look at shit. But it's very interesting because I'm like, if you're an older head, when you're an older person, when it comes to how boxing went, it's like when you look at how things are going, with how the media is going, we're seeing YouTube boxing taking over. MMA is doing an amazing job, not just the UFC, but Bellator. I just watched the one championship this past Friday, Demetrius Johnson versus Marias 2. I absolutely fell in love with the card. Like, there's so much options when it comes to combat sports. Boxing just isn't it. And as much boxing is the sweet science is in literally every one of these martial arts that we're talking about, or these combat sports that we're talking about, because at the end of the day, it's a sport. You have to train in it, you have to get better in it, and you have to figure out what works for you in order for it to get you to win. So with that being said, what I'm saying, boxing isn't just competing with different promotional companies like they were before. They aren't just competing with the DAZNs. They're not just competing with the Top Ranks. They're not just competing with the PBC Showtime. Now they're competing with MMA fights. They're competing with PFLs, one championships, UFCs, Bellators, etc. Like, it's not just y'all. So now with that being the case, especially with COVID, because that's when I really saw the switch, man. I'm really happy that I was able to be in a position where I covered the sport, loved the sport. Y'all didn't care, of course, but I love y'all for it. I'm saying? The OGs who care, they care. I'm saying? Lost ones, it's snipers, etc. Y'all was always rocking with a nigga, but I'm like, other than that, it was like I saw the switch when it came to COVID. When COVID really hit, it was almost like boxing was in a position where they had to figure out, how can I keep up? How can I not lose a significant amount of money and continue to, put on certain fighters, put on some, certain promotional situations where it would benefit us in the long run. And it came down to the fact, it was like, you got to stop ducking fights. And we're still having that. We're still in a position where we don't have the best fighters fight the best, but it's shifted just a little bit. If you're a boxing head, it shifted a little bit where now we're seeing, and I'm not saying we didn't always have that. I'm like, that's a new thing, right? I'm like, that's one thing I hate when it comes to the perspective, the narrative, when it comes to boxing, where it's like, my bad, but I get it. But I'm like, when it comes to boxing narrative, when it comes, and they try to make it seem like boxing always been like, oh, you always avoided the best fighters. UFC or MMA is the first people to do. You have the first, you have the champion. You have the champion fight the number 2 ranked and the number 3 ranked guys. Like, no, boxing has been done that. There was a switch where that happened, and a lot of people blame that either on PBC and Al Heyman, or a lot of people blame it on Floyd Mayweather. I'm not playing the blame game. I just understand that if you don't know the history of boxing, you're talking out of ignorance. That's it. So for you to try and put that on boxing, that's not the case. And also, too, nigga, don't ever compare boxing payday to MMA payday, because it's not even close. You know what I'm saying? There's niggas making $1 million that ain't even touch the championship. You feel me? In boxing and MMA, that's not the case. I'm not saying people get paid good in boxing, because they don't. But they definitely don't get paid good in MMA when it talks about the overall grand scheme of things. I'm not talking about the 1%, the 2%, 3%. I'm not talking about the nigga who knows how to do it. That's like coming into, I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm not even gonna get into that, because I have so many situations and examples I can put. That's like you being a new guy coming into it. Say you do sales. There's a one dude who's very good at sales, amazing things, set standards beyond you can even expect. And the person who runs the business decides to set the standards at what that amazing salesperson do when you coming in new and they're saying this is what you got to do. And you're like, damn, I ain't never even been in sales in this. I don't even know how to do that. It's the same aspect when we're talking about these professional sports, when you're trying to say, oh, I'm gonna set the precedent for this particular sport that I'm talking about for this particular person. It's like, you can't do that. That shows you don't really pay attention to the sport. But now let me get into the specifics. What is this video all about? Specifically, the reaction video. Ooh, I'm having fun. We're going to talk about Canelo doing his open media workout, his first press media workout for this upcoming Triple G fight. Obviously, like I said, it's nothing serious. I only take it with a grain of salt. It's really to make us be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Canelo versus Triple G is happening because boxing slowed down for the last couple of weeks. And also, we've had so much happen outside of boxing. Like, we've had one of the big upsets in the world when it comes to MMA happening. Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. Everyone's talking about that. Then Demetrius Johnson comes and does some crazy shit with Mariah's. And now all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, one championship. So it's like, you know, all these things are necessary. Promotional value, promotional abundance. Like you gotta figure out how to position yourself to make sure people still remember you. So we're gonna get into this reaction video. I'm 6 minutes into this thing. I've talked y'all ears to death. A lot of y'all probably ain't even gonna get to this point. This is why I do clips. I didn't do clips before because I was lazy, nigga. But now I do clips, so I understand why a lot of y'all, man, y'all be 2 minutes in and y'all bow out this joint. Don't worry, this is what I do clips for. So either way, let's get into this motherfucking reaction video, baby. We got Canelo Alvarez doing his open media workout for the upcoming Triple G fight. Let's get it. And the music might end up, I'm gonna turn down some. The music might end up demonetizing me. I don't really care. I don't do shit anymore. When I was a young nigga, I used to, but I don't care. I don't do shit anymore. If Zen was here, he would talk shit about the noodles. Zen is not the fan of the pool noodles. He does not like the pool noodles. I don't mind the pool noodles because I think the pool noodles are benefit and when learning range, but Zen does not like the pool noodles. He's like, that's bitch. Zen is a character. I love my nigga, man. Shout out to Zen. You pull them pool noodles out with Zen, Zen's gonna be like, nigga, what? What you got some fucking pool? He's like, what's the point of it? Like, I get it though. I get it because Zen will be like, what's the point of the pool noodles? Like, why don't I just have regular mitts and I hit you with regular mitts so you can actually simulate an action? I get that. I do understand that. But it's the reach aspect of the pool noodles. They add an extra 4 to 3 inches, so it's almost like as a fighter, you're getting this confidence where it's like, oh, nigga, you might be 7 feet, but if you throw something at me, I can dodge it. And then if I want to come and return it, I'm good. But in reality, it's like, that's not really the case, right? I don't know if y'all can really hear me like that because I got the Mexican music playing in the background, all that good stuff. It's good. It's good music. I love it. But it's like, I understand it's not really the case because if I'm blocking, if like someone's 7 feet and they got range, right? And I'm sitting here and they throw like a left hook, right hook, whatever the case may be, and I'm like, boom, boom. Or they throw a jab straight. I'm like, boom, boom, right? So I'm like, left hook, right hook, jab straight. You know what I'm saying? I block both. I slip both. I can't just return and throw like a uppercut. Excuse me for the mic. I can't just throw uppercut, hook, right hand hook, right? I can't just do that because they're not in range for me to hit them. Like they're a lot taller than me. They're a lot stronger than me. So if, you know what I'm saying, I end up blocking the hooks and then I slip the straight punches. My only choice is to now I need to get in range. So technically I need to be like jab, 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 get in range. Then, you know what I'm saying, do whatever the case I need to do so I can move. So it's like I get it from my guys' standpoint where it's like the pool noodles. It's like, that's dope for defense. But in reality, you don't use that for offense because I'm like, if I'm using the pool noodles, it's for distance. It's like I'm 4 to 5 inches outside of you, you know what I'm saying? And you were able to dodge those punches, but you're not going to be able to return. You're going to have to figure out a way to get on the inside. So if I, boom, 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 now I need to boom, 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 get in close, then boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? So whatever the case may be, but y'all already know I'm going to clip this for y'all motherfuckers because y'all don't get this far into it. We 10 minutes into this joint, man. This is why like days like this, I'd be like, man, I want to go, but I can't. But I'm like, look, Canelo looks good. He always looks good. There's never a case where he's not looking good. It's just the fact that styles make matchups, and y'all can say whatever you want as long as you want to say it, or however the case you want to say it, or whatever the regards is. But styles always will make matchups. So him right now, he's coming up. He's going to be fighting Triple G. I think Triple G is a perfect style for him because Triple G is going to come forward. He may throw a lot of punches, and he may put himself in a position where Canelo can do these things. He can, you know what I'm saying, slip, move, you know, block punches, but then be able to counter and still be in the position to land those counters, right? You know what I'm saying? Triple G isn't that much bigger than Canelo where he can throw things, Canelo can slip them and return and not be able to hit him. It's going to be very Billy Joe-esque. So it's really going to come down to Triple G in this fight. Is Triple G going to be able to take some of the hardest punches from Canelo? Because Triple G is definitely going to be in position to land, to be able to be hit by some of these counter punches from Canelo. If Triple G can put him in the position, if Triple G can still take these punches and still come forward, then we're talking about a different fight. But if he can't, and we're talking about the same fight, and whether he knocks him out, whether he doesn't, they're going to give the fight to Canelo. So I'm excited for this fight. I can't wait for this fight. But at the same time, I definitely see things where, you know, Father Time is undefeated, right? You hear it all the time. Father Time ain't on Triple G's side, man. Canelo's only 32, 33. Seems like he's been in the game since he was like, if you a nigga my age, you would think Canelo's 39 right now. It's like, no, this nigga's only like 4 years older than me. Like, that shit is crazy. Where Triple G is, I feel like Triple G should be older than what he is, but in reality, yeah, he is 40. So it's like, is Father Time gonna win? Or is the fact that maybe Triple G's always been a bad matchup for Canelo, it's just nobody wants to admit it? That's the question. So we finna find out. But at the end of the day, man, I want to know what you guys think about it, man. I had a lot of fun doing this video. I had a lot of side comments, all that good stuff. Drop the motherfucking like below. Hit the subscribe button. 5K before the end of the year. Let me read 5K before the end of the year. Y'all already know what it is, man. Show some love to the people, man. Had a lot of fun for this, man. Much love. We're going to keep rocking. We're going to keep rolling. On Schwarzenegger side of the game, I'll be back, but with more boxing. Stay blessed, not stressed. Y'all already know what it is. Much love.